scope of warm on send some visual on trace fire. Looks like some explosions. Take one and shoot them.
All right, so let me jump off that.
Sorry, I'm off on it. So you guys know how I feel?
Since we talked about women in special forces, I want to ask about women and special forces. Now, Jim told us a story that I'm not going to repeat before we were shooting, but it seems like you guys tend to attract the lady folk.
No, that's the SEALs. That's not us. The SEAls are way sexier than us. Just ask them. They'll tell you.
The higher the testosterone, the more that's going to happen.
You all have stories. Please.
I don't have any stories.
Yes, you do. You do. Or is this going to be a very short segment?
No, we're going to save the best for last.
I'm not going to everything.
Dude, you have to talk about that. But
I won't mention names.
It's so good. Yeah, don't mention
Maybe
names.
you should pour another round of shots, then he'll tell that story.
I think you actually hit it, though. I think the difference, maybe what's attractive, and not me because I'm an idiot and ugly, but I think what attracts maybe girls to us in general is that because it is a testosterone thing, and we're so not like the normal person out there. So like and we've also been, for what it's worth too, the myth sometimes is actually cooler than the reality.
Yeah, a lot of times.
Right? I mean, like,
the other part is, all you hear about is when in society, on the news, on TV, is men and their sex drive and all this stuff they're doing. They don't think that women like sex as much as we do.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah.
And they do. And if you see a female and you're a guy that likes females, right?
Yeah, but if you're in a uniform, you're already one step above the average dude.
Right, for that
now,
reason.
if you're in special forces, you're a Green Beret, you're like steps above even those dudes. So
who doesn't want to be part of the elite, right?
So that means women
You sent me that picture, which is pretty funny, which is on my page. There was that picture of that general, the Marine general who, I know, by the way, how can you recover from that? Something about that Marine general who basically said, hey guys, when you go back and you come across some war protesters and with his girlfriend, just smile at his girlfriend because she's going to know she's dating a pussy. And that's kind of what it is, man. Like there's...
Well, do you think on some level it's almost primal, for...
It's always
for
primal.
women, whether they want to admit it or not, are seeking out protectors. And if you hear that there's a group of men in the military who are the best of the best, who are the nation's best defenders, you would assume there's some primal urge to maybe have relations.
It goes all the way back to the hunter-gatherer theory, and it's what it's all about.
So have you ever used it to...
No.
Honestly, I tried to avoid it because there's so many girls around military bases. They're all about getting that Army ID card.
I'm also an old married guy, so I kind of didn't really have a whole swinging single life while I've been in. So, but
I've been to Fort Bragg.
All right, well, now hold on, let me jump in. I never thought about it that way because the women show up for that reason.
You were just that good to begin with, right?
No. It has nothing to do with that. They come there for the opposing reason. They know what's out there. They stalk us as well. It's not just us stalking women and saying, I'm a Green Beret. You don't think they know what they're talking to when they're in town? They know what they're looking at.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between the type of man that a woman wants to marry and the type of man that a woman wants to have sex with. And they want to have sex with the Green Beret.
I heard that.
No, it's more SEALs. Sorry, we're not that good.
But there's only so many
where's
of
Brandon?
them, Brandon.
Where's Brandon? I mean, the SEAls have their own calendars.
There's only like 2,000
with a bunch of hot dudes with
at some point
abs.
it has to bleed off and come
There are 4
back.
million women.
We'll take the
We'll
take the sloppy seconds from the Navy.
I'm not going to complain about the attention.
About the groupies.
See, he's answering that honestly.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I've been to Fort Bragg, and one of my friends who brought me out to a bar, he said, you're going to see girls who will know if you say E4 or E5.
Oh, yeah.
They are
know the
already
pay
calculating. They are calculating.
They know how much money you make. They know better than
But
you do.
at a place like Bragg, I mean, how many? You have the 82nd Airborne there, right?
Tons of dudes there.
You have special. So these girls not only know rank and pay, they can figure out who you are and what unit you're in one of these bars almost within 2 questions.
And I think that's because they're there and they're in that culture. I think like New York City, by the way, the New York City girls walk around. They couldn't give a crap about.
Nah,
that's not true. I've seen Fleet Week. The skirt.
No, that's sort of true.
No,
actually.
but that's sort of true.
No, that's
going
true.
on what
I
he
think
said.
it tells you guys one of my favorite quotes from Drago, and Drago's grandfather used to sit him down when he was 7 or 8 years old and give him life knowledge. And this was something he told to like 8-year-old Drago in Poland. it's a toast like, to the women we love and have sex with. May they never meet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But during Fleet Week, the heels get higher, the skirts get shorter.
Actually, yeah, they could be. Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
if that's the attitude, I mean, then again, we talked about the sort of quiet culture. If you breach that quiet culture with some of the lady folk, it might lead you to
Well, it's all about
a
permanent.
nightly liaison.
It's all about permanent benefits. They still cheat.
They still what?
Cheat.
Guys or girls?
Both.
Oh yeah, well people do. Yeah, they do.
And you
I don't
know-
know. I never really felt like I had that on me. Like a lot of girls on me for that. I'm never caught that. But there might be something to that. The
I'm
fact
going
that
back to Andrew's thing about they know what rank, what this.
Yeah, I
that.
guess. So,
But that's outside of a base.
But
Here
they're
in New
also
York-
in Fayetteville, so they
Yeah,
know
when,
that.
when you meet like a sergeant major's daughter, it is on. She wants TRICARE.
Oh, God.
There is no screwing around. She's got a plan.
But
for you.
it's also a score for you if you do it because you got a sergeant major's daughter, but you got to be careful.
You got to be very
get out
careful.
okay. Yeah.
You got to pop
Yeah,
smoke.
that's
You got to
the
get
deal.
out okay.
I heard a word for that. It's called dependopotamus.
Yeah.
Dependopotamus.
I never heard that.
There's a
one.
lot of that going around.
Now, do special forces guys find themselves in that situation? Like all of a sudden you got to be at the church on time, sort of thing.
What do you mean? What do
I
you
would
mean?
say yes.
You've had this liaison we just discussed where the woman
right.
had a plan,
Like
and,
guys find Jesus
and now you are getting hitched.
oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
all the
probably.
time.
That's probably happened some. Yeah, it's probably happened some.
Because I was told the worst thing you ever get to hear as a team leader is, Sarge, she's the one. She's not like the other girls.
No. Even worse.
No.
They come back after payday and they say, Corporal, as it turns out, there is sex in the champagne room. It's like, how much money did you spend?
Like everything.
Everything. They're broke.
It's funny too because SF families and the wives and stuff like most of them are really really good people and they got to put up with a lot of crap. But there's also
they do.
but it's an incestuous community too, man. There's a lot, right? There's a lot of that.
I've heard that.
Well, you know that, but I mean, like, there's a lot of that too because it's so everyone's on top of each other. Everybody knows everybody's business,
Literally.
especially for the active duty guys. When I was an
There's
active duty
a
guy,
wives club, the family readiness
Yeah.
group. It gets
Well, you got to think about, hey, dude, everybody has needs, and typically 9 months out of the year you're deployed.
Right.
Shit happens.
Well, your generation was before HIV and AIDS and all this
Right.
stuff. What
No,
was
it just got identified later in life.
what was
there.
it? What was it like
Right.
in the 70s and 80s?
you didn't know what killed you then.
It was like that, you know.
I heard a story about adult film stars at some point.
But
No?
you know,
Can we just say it right now?
No.
Can we just say
I
that,
can't.
Can
I'm
we
not-
just can we just say that Jim West has had sex with a lot of really cool old school porn stars? I just said it. And you know
Anyway.
what? For that, I don't care about your halo and the fact
Yeah, me
that
neither.
you had sex with.
cheers,
Very
guys.
interesting.
So anyway,
That's way more cooler. That's way cooler than any kind of certificate you could pull out west.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I don't care about your halo deployment. I don't care. You fuck.
Oh!
who's that? I don't
You
even
want to
know-
end that
I
one
don't
there?
even know
You
who
want to
that
end that one there?